Amazon's up again today, and what we're going to go over in this video is a massive unusual options activity that I saw happen right around 10:30 in the morning. And we're going to explain why this is so unusual. We're going to go over what the actual options position is, and for any of you who are new, we're going to go over the basics of options trading, and we're going to talk about why something like 7 times the amount of volume versus open interest is a very, very unusual purchasing spree. So let's get into this and let's look first. Obviously, the contracts that we're going to be going over in this video are going to be these ones above. These are going to be Amazon $195 calls, and these will expire on March 15th of 2023. So the first thing here is that we do have time on our hands. This is not something that's going to be expiring within the next week or within the next day. That's the first thing. The second thing that we're going to be looking for is going to be urgency and size. We need to make sure that there's a lot of money that's going to be coming into these contracts, especially for something like Amazon, that the options volume is usually a lot higher as opposed to something like SoFi, which has a very small options market. We want to be seeing a lot of volume. And in this case today, we had 74,129 volume. This is very, very high. And you can tell because if you look yesterday, we had volume of 2,400, the day before 586, the day before 1,200. The only other time that we really had that type of volume was all the way back, actually nowhere. The closest was 5,000, and that was back on the 30th of January. So this type of buying, very, very, very unusual. Now, the second thing that we have to look at is going to be open interest, which is this number here at 10,000. Now, open interest is the amount of contracts that were held by close of the previous day. So you can see here that we had 8,000 contracts being held on the 8th, 8,000 again on the 7th, 7,000 on the 6th, etc. So the thing to note here is that we usually have a pretty decent amount of open interest, and it's usually holding around this level. So to see that type of open interest of 10,000, it's not that high, right? A lot of people are trading contracts for Amazon, especially after earnings and whatnot. I'm sure a lot of people are still holding on. Now, the one thing to note is the volume relative to the open interest. And right now we have close to 7 times the volume to open interest. And it will be even easier for you to see that indiscrepancy, or basically it's very, very odd when you usually see this. So I would say it's an indiscrepancy. But the way that you can usually tell is just by looking at these vertical lines. Volume is going to be represented in this vertical line here, that orange one that you're going to see on the screen. From here, we're going to be looking at this blue line, which is going to be shown as our open interest. And so you can see, obviously, staggering about 7 times the amount of volume to open interest. Now, does this mean that we're going to see Amazon break out for sure? Of course not. Something that a lot of people don't understand is that the options market does not directly affect the underlying stock asset the way that you would think. If we have hundreds of millions of dollars worth of calls coming through on Amazon, it doesn't mean that the actual stock has to jump. Now, in this case, Amazon stock did jump, and it looks like we're probably going to see this continue to push up to 180 bucks in the next couple of weeks, but we'll see what ends up happening. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to get access to all my trades and trade with me every single day, use the second link in the description and join our trading community. Peace, team.